Dear Mum, you've never had a letter from both your sons before, and you're never likely to have one now. But the best we can do is to send you a tape from both of us.
And that includes me. We're all sitting here. It's Tuesday night. We just had dinner, and unfortunately the water has gone off. And there's a lot of mucky people sitting around. I believe there was a bus pipe just along the road, and we're hoping it will come on soon, because we haven't flushed the toilets for some time. Don is sitting with one microphone in his hand, I'm sitting with the other, and neither of us can think of very much to say, but I'm sure Don would like to take over now.
Thank you, Frank. Wait a minute while I think. Well, Mum, so far we've had a super holiday from Frank and Jean. Today we were at the zoo. We took Kevin and Kirsten along, and it was very interesting. Only problem was the heavens opened halfway through the afternoon and we all got soaked. But apart from that, it's been a super day. Yesterday, Margaret had to take Corinne in to see the doctor because she had a sore finger. So I took all the kids to the War Museum, I think it is, and we saw lots of tanks and aeroplanes. And then we went inside and gave you sort of military history of Poland from the 15th century up to the end of the Second World War. And the last plinth, in fact, had all the piles of German guns and helmets, and showing you how Russia and Poland won the Second World War. And last Friday we went down to the river, to your famous fistula, and to its beautiful sands, and we lay there all afternoon soaking up the mediocre sun. Unfortunately, the weather, as you probably heard, has not been quite so good as it was before we left. But we had a good afternoon there. And on Saturday we went down to the Pink Club. We had lunch there, and would you believe it, Jean and Margaret, or should I say Margaret and Jean, managed to find a couple of shoe shops and bored Frank and I to the back teeth, going round and trying this, that and the next thing on. And on Sunday, of course, the kids came, Kevin and Kirsty came home, and we great excitement in the house, and they're opening their cases, and Kevin has been followed about by a little shadow called... Oh no, I've got it wrong again, haven't I? Oh, right, yeah. I've got your trouble, Mum. I'm calling Kevin Kenneth, and Kenneth Kevin, and Kirsty Corinne, and I'm sure you'll understand.
And Margaret Jean.
Thank God Frank and I know who we are. Well, that's another thing. Every time I walk into the embassy, everybody says, "Oh, don't you look like Frank?" And we don't have to ask who you are. And even Kirsty the other day there, I was washing the dishes, and she came in and said, "Is that Daddy standing there?" And I borrowed a pair of Frank's shorts. So it would appear that we look a lot more like each other than probably we thought we did. I'll pass over to Frank now to say a few words, Mum. Okay?
As Don said, the weather hasn't been as good as it has in the past, but I think they're still enjoying themselves. We did have a barbecue on the veranda Sunday night, and which was the day the kids came home, and fortunately the weather did hold out for us then. Talking of kids, Kirsty has just brought us both a beer, and I'm sure either she or Kevin would love to say a few words. That's Kevin running away for a start. And Kirsty?
Hey Grandma. I hope you're having a nice time up in Scotland. And looking after Boko and whatever.
Tell what you've been doing.
We went to the zoo today, as I think Uncle Don said. Had a lovely time, apart from the rain. And we were going to go on a pony ride, but when we actually got there, we found out that it was only for taking pictures. You sit on a pony and they take a picture of you.
You wanted a pound for that.
And they wanted £1, so we didn't. We just walked off.
Isn't Uncle Don miserable?
And Uncle Don miserable. Yesterday I had my hair cut and it's quite short now. And Auntie Margaret washed it and sort of curled it under with her curling tongs. And so did Kevin had his cut, and so did Daddy and Mummy. So the kitchen was quite full of hairs by at the end of the day. Okay, I'll pass it over to Kevin now.
Hello, Grandma. I hope you are enjoying yourself in Edinburgh. I'm glad to be back from school, and I've been on my bike practically all day and every day, closely followed by Kenneth. Kenneth being on an old bike which Uncle Don has kindly fixed, and Auntie Margaret has been riding on a second-hand bike which has been given to Mummy, but I don't think Mummy has been on it very much, so...
And Uncle Don's been on Kevin's bike going around the block. You probably know, Mum, Kevin's got a new racing bike. And
the saddle is very hard.
I was just going to say that. The saddle is rather hard. And with my piles, it wasn't going down too well, I can assure you. In fact, they were all standing laughing at me when I came round the corner on it with the expression on my face. And Kirsty was trying to beat me, and I think I should have let her beat me because my behind was rather sore by the time we finished. But Margaret's been having a great time on Jean's bike, shooting around the corner, and thinks that, oh, that was Margaret dropping 2 bottles of orange juice. And she's been sitting here writing postcards as usual. You know Margaret, writing to everybody under the sun. Jean's sitting here curled up in her chair, playing with her chin, or is it her throat? I think she's got her hand on at the moment. Just thought I'd give you some background on what's going on. And Fluffy's sitting on the chair half asleep, Kevin tells me. Oh, here's Margaret going to come and speak. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, no, Margaret says switch off just now till she opens the bottle of
until Margaret opens the bottles, I'll try and say a few words. Having not thought what I'm going to say, but never mind. This week, towards the end of the week, anyhow, we've got a few things on in the evening. On tomorrow night, Wednesday, we're taking the kids and the adults to a Russian circus, which is in town. It's supposed to be a water circus. We've no idea what that means, but we'll soon find out. On Thursday is bingo night, and Margaret is keen to play bingo and win some of these fabulous prizes I've got. And so, well, at least Margaret, Kevin and Kirsten will go down. Don and I might try and find a Polish pub during the while the others are playing bingo.
It was his idea, Mum, honestly.
Don is keen to find a pub. Friday, we have what we call now the Diners Club at the Pink, which is an evening once a month where we all actually wear suits and watch our manners and go down and have a meal. It's been going now for 2 or 3 months, and normally the meals are quite good, and we have quite a pleasant evening. On Saturday, we're going on evening. We're going out to the country club, where there's a barbecue disco thing. They have there should be a live band, and this Saturday night it could be a late night, but unfortunately we've got to be home quite early to take the panny back, as we don't have a bed or a spare bed for a panny with all the many guests at the moment. And anyhow, we've got to be in bed at a reasonable hour, because on Sunday morning, Dawn has challenged Kevin to a tennis match. And we've got the court booked from 12 o'clock until 1. And there's a lot of money on this game.
I'm training now, Mum, for it. Now, from what I've seen of him in the back garden with his tennis racket, I think after 10 minutes I'm going to have problems. But he's sitting here looking at me. He's so sure of himself that he's going to thrash me. I don't know what I'm going to do. But I'll find some way of cheating and... I know, Jean's just said it. I've got one excuse. I'm going to be wearing Frank's tennis shoes, and they're size 6, so they're a bit small for me.
Not only size 6, but 20 years old.
So I'll probably find after about 5 minutes I can get off with saying I can't carry on my ingrown toenails sticking into the shoe or something. However, Margaret keeps saying here that she's going to speak to you, but she's still writing away. Are you ready yet, Margaret?
Yes.
Here's Margaret then, Mum.
Will it stretch that far?
That's
It's got a knock. Wait a minute.
No,
Hi, Mum. How's things? Hope Buck's behaving himself. Not having you walking all over the place with him. We're having a super time here. And I think, continuing on my letter, we had a delicious dinner on Friday night from Jean. With 2 nice couples, very friendly. It went on till about 2 o'clock in the morning.
You know she's
And
reading all this.
The host went sound asleep after about 12 o'clock. We thought he was thinking about painting the ceiling. However, it was a very enjoyable evening, and as I said, the food was delicious. You know me, you say there's no shops in Warsaw. Well, I've found plenty. I've had a great hunt around, and there is quite a lot to buy, and it's not too expensive. Although you have to be prepared to stand in huge queues all the time.
Her only problem is she smokes too much.
Oh, don't tell her that.
Why shouldn't I tell her that?
Well,
No, at the moment she's got a fag in her hand, she's dropping ash all over the floor, and at times I've just got to open the windows. There's 3 smokers in this house now.
I even smoke in his office, Mum, and he's got his big no smoking sign up. Never mind. The kids are enjoying themselves and having a great time, although Kenneth's, as usual, a bit overexcited and been a bit naughty at times. However, the kids are all collecting badges for hats, costing us a fortune hunting for all these badges and what have you. Kevin's got more than anyone. Oh, Kevin says he's finished practically, so no more money left.
no more hat left.
No more hat left, yes. We're finding our way around Warsaw a bit better now, although to begin with we found it a bit difficult with the language. And I'm still enjoying seeing all these flower stalls around, and could buy the lot up. We bought Jean some flowers tonight and intended buying a half dozen carnations, and ended up with 2 roses and 2 bunches of orange coloured flowers. And then when we arrived home we discovered the water was cut off and we had nothing to put them in. However, it's great fun. I didn't enjoy the plane ride very much. When we got to Glasgow Airport, Dawn said that must be our plane there, and just about died when I saw it was an old turboprop thing. However, it was not too long a journey, and I just sat with my eyes closed most of the time and let Dawn go on with a lot. I had a letter from Robert to tell me how Mum had got on, and she seems to be settling in not too badly. I don't know whether you'll have been in to see her or not, but I hope that she's not too unhappy anyway. Well, I better stop now because everybody's sitting around a bit here yawning. I seem to be the only one that can think of things to say. So I'll say bye-bye just now and pass you back to Dawn.
It's not Don, it's Frank actually, and it's fantastic to hear someone who's got the gift of the gab. Don and I speak for myself, I tend to dry up when I've got a mic in front of me.
He speaks for me too, Mum.
Hold on, she wants to tell you something else.
Margaret's
Here
got
she comes
something
back.
Hi Mum, I meant to say we won't be back until the Monday because we're staying overnight in Glasgow on the Sunday. So we'll be home sometime after lunch on Monday afternoon, and I'll phone you whenever we get in, okay? Right, bye.
Well, that could be this Monday. It all depends how they behave themselves.
I forgot to tell you that Corin's been following me around like a shadow. If she has to wear whatever I'm wearing, and I can't leave her. Yeah, and if I want to put pyjamas on, she has to, even though she hasn't got any, but she wants to.
I hope you like the stereo effect on this. Dawn is holding one microphone and I'm holding the other, and we're passing them around, but we tend to forget that we have got two, and so I'm sure you're hearing all sorts of whispers or
whisper.
coming through as we're prompting each other. Sorry, Kirsty, what you saying?
Nothing.
Kirsty wants to say nothing. Kevin, do you want to say anything?
Nothing.
That's two nothings.
It's quite funny, Mum. They sit here every night and you can't get them to shut up. They yabber on, and the minute you switch the tape recorder on, everybody goes silent. In fact, it's the first time I've seen Jean being quiet for about 20 minutes. She's usually arguing with me about something. But she won't even laugh out loud when the tape's on. She's sitting there killing herself but won't say a word. But I must admit it is difficult. You know, you sit here and say, you know, we're sitting earlier on arguing, and Margaret suddenly went, "Oh, it's your turn to write to Mum tonight. You promised to write to her."
And everyone said, yes, it's my turn, and we all wanted to do it. Because we couldn't agree who should do it this week, we decided to send you a tape.
The lies they tell, Mum.
No.
We actually started off, and I said, I suppose I'll have to write a letter. What will I say? And Frank says, well, you can say this. And Margaret says, well, why don't you say this? And then we agreed that Margaret was going to take down a letter in shorthand, and Frank and I would dictate
And then
it to
Margaret said, but who's going to type it?
And then she said, well, wait, I've not got a pen or paper. So Frank handed her a bit of paper. She said, oh, I need a bit of paper with lines on it. I can't do shorthand without lines. So I went upstairs and got a notepad with a lined paper and a pen. And Frank says, I've got an idea. Let's send her a tape. So you've never had a tape like this before, I'm sure. And you've certainly never heard your two sons' voices all at the one time. Oh yeah, Margaret's saying that you may be wondering why you're not hearing Kenneth and Corinne, that they're up in their bed.
Both tied down, of course.
Yeah, and we're hoping they're asleep by now, because it's almost 10:20 Polish time. Margaret's saying Kenneth's still singing. You know what he's like. He goes on and on and on, and on and on and on and on. But I think they're enjoying themselves.
They better be enjoying themselves.
Kenneth's been out in this bike that where Frank and I managed to put together, and you know, apart from his usual accidents, he's enjoying it. Margaret's saying to tell you about his new football. You know that plastic football we bought him to come over here? Which he insisted on bringing, yeah. He was out, was it yesterday? Sunday. He was outside in the street with it on Sunday, and there's a dog across the road, a boxer I think it is. Oh yeah, did it tell me? It's called Kama. Is it Kama?
Yes.
Kama. Right, and apparently Kama's a great football player. So Kenneth was playing with Kama, and it was kicking the ball about, and of course, as usual, it put its teeth through it. And the dog's father, you might say, the father of the kid there, he's Polish. And when Kenneth came in to say his ball was burst, Margaret went out, and the man insisted that he could fix it. In fact, he said to Margaret he would service the ball. And when we came home today, there was a beautiful brand new white leather football lying in the garden. And it turns out it's this chap across the road has bought this for Kenneth, and it's quite expensive. We weren't sure where it was from, so we sent, just to be sure, we sent Kenneth and Kevin across and spoke to...
And me.
Oh, sorry, and Kirsty. Sorry, Kirsty. And I spoke to the chap's wife, who speaks a bit of English. I don't think the husband was in.
She speaks a lot of English, actually.
She said yes, it was her husband. So Kenneth thanked him very much. And we're going to get him to buy some flowers for the lady tomorrow and take them across. Well, Kirsty's making mad signs here that she wants to say something.
He shook hands with the wrong hand, and she had her arms full, and he just grabbed one hand and just shook it, and he took it with the wrong hand.
Yeah, I think Kenneth was excited, and apparently the lady herself's very quiet and nervous, so I'm sure they got on like a ball of fire.
Kenneth went all shy after that.
And then Kenneth went all shy, I'm told, after that.
And put his hands on his head.
Well, it was certainly exceedingly nice. But this is one thing we're finding out. When I first arrived, I said to Frank and Jean, I thought the Polish people were very dour. In fact, it was getting to the stage that we were counting the number of times we could get a smile out of any of them. But Jean was saying that, you know, they were, at heart, they were really very nice people, and once you got to know them, they were very sincere. And tonight, in fact, you know, when this chap had sent this football over for Kenneth, she was saying, well, that, you know, that's what the Polish people are really like. They're nice people, but they probably just don't show their feelings too much. I think that's what Jean said. Was that what you said, Jean? Said not a word out of her. This is great, Mum, I can tell you. Because every night, Jean and I, you know, Frank goes off to bed, he's that tired, and Jean and I end up with a discussion or arguing about something, and she's been sitting there.
Well, I think she's a bit ashamed of her English accent. You know, she's
what accent is that, Frank?
English accent.
Oh, I see.
She feels a bit out of it. No, we can't.
She's dying to have an argument here.
Yeah.
She just wants
It's fantastic. We should do this every night. You know?
It's great watching us. Oh yeah. Oh, she's giving us a lovely face now. Tongue sticking out.
Yeah, and her tongue is, what colour was that? It's red and green.
And purple, I think, isn't it?
Pardon, Kirsten? Why?
Oh, Kirsty's saying we shouldn't be mean. Kevin's now tickling it. Oh dear.
Kevin, I think you're likely to get.
I hope life's treating you well
swipe,
anyway, Mum. While they're all fighting away, I'll try and speak to you fairly sensibly. Seriously, I hope Boko hasn't caused any trouble. I hope you've not been spoiling him and taking him too many walks. Mind, I was going to say if it's been bad weather, but from what I can see in the papers, you're getting much better weather than we are. Margaret was saying, I think it was Wednesday's paper, I think we saw. It was 73 degrees in the east coast.
Yeah, the blogs have brought the Scottish weather with them. We had glorious weather for, 6 to 8 weeks. No rain, blue skies, temperatures well into the 80s, if not the 90s. But the day your younger son arrived, it was dull, cold, miserable, and we could have been back in Edinburgh again.
The weather wasn't very good either.
We've just played back a little bit, and we're all a little bit of ashamed. It sounds terrible.
God, Mum, surely I don't sound like that, do I? It sounds so Scottish. I knew I rolled my R's, but I didn't know I rolled them quite as much as it sounds. However, I suppose we're stuck with it. All we're going to get from the rest of them here is silence, I think.
I got in trouble for talking.
Oh, Margaret's saying she got into trouble for talking so much. Well, have you got anything else to say, have you?
I can't see us getting much further than the first side of this tape, but the reverse will leave it for you to respond in any way you feel fit.
And don't wait till I come home to help you to do the reply. It's bad enough time to do the first part.
Grandma, the cats are quite well, and we're looking after this other cat called Susie, and she's a bit blind in one eye, and she's spending most of the time out in the garden because she's terrified of coming out in the house because of Artu, who chased her up again.
Is that Jim?
And we got her in today, well, this evening, and now she's underneath Kevin's bed in his room with Kenneth, of course, who just should be asleep there.
Kirsty has dried up. Yes, we managed to borrow camp beds for the kids, and Kenneth and Corinne at the moment are sleeping in camp beds. I think they're quite pleased. It's something different. And we've also got a third one which we will use when the Barrett mob arrive.
But I think after Jean has seen what it's like with us, in fact last night we were sitting having a lovely meal, and everything was passed round, and she was saying at the end of the meal when the bowl with all the potatoes in it was empty, she said, "My God," she said, "I've spent all day peeling potatoes. She said, what am I going to do when the Barretts come with, at least 2 of their kids being adults? And of course, we've been taking the mickey out of her, saying, and we've been cutting down on what we've been eating. You're really going to have trouble when the Barretts come. Well,
I hadn't realised that my brother ate quite as much as he does. I don't know how he manages to stay so slim.
You tell him it's all the hard work I do, when you paint your own ceiling and then paint your mother's ceiling and...
Your wife painted your ceiling.
Margaret said my wife painted our ceiling. Is it off, is it?
No, it's not off, Don.
No, it's not off. Thanks, Frank.
Here's Kirsty again. She wants to say a few words.
I had a lovely term at school, apart from I had mumps. I missed my bad exam by it. And,
Kirsty is now waving her hands up in the air, telling Frank to switch it off, but he's not moving. You have to think harder, Kirsty, if you're going to speak.
Come on, Kirsty. Why don't you sing a little song for your grandma?
Yes.
So Kevin says yes, so he'll sing one.
Come on, Kevin. Oh, he's gone quiet. Oh, here he comes.
And here I will pass it to Kirsty to sing the song.
Oh, they're all great. So they are. They yaffer on all day long. When it comes to putting it down in tape, they're all quiet.
Kirsty's just about to begin.
you mean Kevin did?
Uncle Don is.
You want me to sing a song? Oh, with both? I've now got both mics, Mum. It's a pity your tape recorder's not in stereo. But I think after hearing my voice for the last, I don't know how long it's been, you'll not want to hear me singing. Oh, here's Kirsty now.
Uncle Don and Daggy were singing a song together.
All right. So I'll sing you a song. What shall we sing, Don?
I don't know. What would you like to sing, Frank?
I don't know. Children?
Here we go.
Argue, little star.
Twinkle, twinkle,
Twinkle, I don't
little
think I
star,
know that
Kirsty
one.
wants to sing.
Oh.
What about Stolat?
Who?
Stolat, this is the Polish birthday, anniversary, wedding, and other things type song.
Oh, I see.
So Don will sing Stolat.
Oh, that'll be good. Yeah, I know a lot about that. Tell you what they have got to do, though, Mum. We've got all the flags out in the town, and we're wondering what it's about. And it would appear that today is the 35th anniversary of the setting up of the new Polish
On the
People's
20th,
Republic.
actually, it's on the 22nd of July.
Is it? What date is this?
This is the 17th.
Oh, well, I'm glad to get something done quickly.
And I'm sure they'll put our water back on again within the next few days as well. They're quite efficient in these things.
It's quite funny watching them, Mum, really. I mean, we were saying earlier on about the water being cut off, and it would appear that, they're actually building pavements and roads just down where the skyscrapers are. And when we went, the whole lot of us, well, everybody except Frank, we went down today. Jean was going to do some shopping, and we were going to the zoo, as we said. And there was all this water gushing out all over the car park. In fact, there was 1 or 2 cars. It was about halfway up the side of the cars. There was about 20 Polish labourers all standing there. And then a couple of policemen came up, and they all just stand and look, and nobody does anything at all. And they're quite amazing to watch. When we came home tonight, there was still the same amount of chaps standing there, and some army men had joined them by then, and they were still standing looking at it. And they'd eventually decided that if they cut away part of the new pavement they had just laid and lifted one of the drains, the water might run away.
What they were waiting on, actually, was that little Dutch boy who sticks his finger in the dike. But obviously he wasn't available.
That's my brother ran out of things to say again. You've always said I could talk, Mum, but I'm finding it hard. I now know how you felt when you were trying to reply to Frank's tapes when he sent you them from Indonesia. It's easy to talk when you're all just sitting in company, but when you're just sitting with a microphone in front of you, it's very difficult to keep thinking of things to say and trying not to repeat yourself. Here's somebody coming.
I've got a very good excuse, actually, because it's after 10:30, which is well past my bedtime. Dawn and Margaret have been laughing at me. I tend to sort of stagger off to bed sometime after 10. But mind you, I'm up many hours before they are. Oh, here's young Kenneth down here. he wants to say a few words. Come on, Kenneth.
Come on, Kenneth, speak into the microphone.
Hi, Grandma. Hi, Grandma. How's Buckle?
Is he being good?
Is you behaving yourself? Are you having a nice holiday? We are having a nice holiday. We've been on plenty of time because
What is it you want to go on, Kenneth? What is it you want to go on?
a bendy bus.
Did you see them when you were here, Mum? The buses that are sort of got concertinaed in the middle every morning, and we're standing waiting on the trams. Kenneth says, "I want to go in a bendy bus," don't you?
Yes.
Yes.
That actually it costs one is worth 50 grosses to go on a bendy bus, and your youngest son is a bit tight, you know, he really is. So if Don won't take Kenneth on one, I'll take him on before they leave.
You hear that, Kenneth? Your Uncle Frank says he'll take you on a bendy bus. Oh, and Kirsty wants to go as well. I don't think Kirsty's ever been. Oh, and Kevin. Don't think they've any of them been on a bendy bus. Jean, do you want to go on a bendy bus? Jean, where's your voice? Oh, Jean's lost her voice again. I don't think she wants to go on a bendy bus. Oh, here's Margaret coming through with another glass of liquid. Oh, she's trying to tell me it's orange juice. I really don't believe her, Mum.
She fills it up with vodka, actually. Nobody can tell the difference.
Me again, Mum. Meant to say that when Kirsty came home on Sunday, she brought Corinne and I and Jean lovely necklaces that she made at school in sort of ceramic, is it? Ceramic. Enamelled. And Corinne's is a letter C, and mine is really quite pretty with various colours on. You'll see it when I get back home.
Orange background.
An orange background with lines through it. And it looks very professional indeed. Really
That's what I
lovely.
got from Kevin.
Orange.
And Grandma, I got a pot of jam from Kevin.
Now, aren't you the clever one? You remember to turn the tape over.
Even though we said we were only playing it on one side. But it's the old thing, everybody sits there for ages saying, you know, when there's a bit of tape left, what we're going to say. And all of a sudden everybody comes up with, you know, Kenneth wants to say a potted jam, and Margaret remembers something else we've not said. And of course Jean just sits there, silent as usual. You may think I'm picking on her, Mum, because you can bet a pound to a penny. The minute this tape finishes, she'll start on me. But what she doesn't know is the next time she starts arguing with me, I'm going to turn this tape on, you see. You're going to find out how your daughter-in-law argues with your younger son. I'm sure she argues with your older son as well. But
Don really thinks you're going to get fed for the rest of his holiday. Oh well, more fool.
I never learn, Mum, do I? Yeah. Here's Margaret again, Mum.
Kenneth was telling me about the jam that Kevin had brought him from school. It was lovely strawberry jam, and he had brought some rhubarb and ginger jam, and he had also carried a cake home from school which he had made, which was delicious, with almonds on top, and we had that after the barbecue on Sunday.
But he had to put the almonds on properly because he didn't like them.
Yeah, he put he changed his almonds when he came home. No, but some of the things that they brought home from school that they made are really super. Kevin had done a lovely, what was it, woodwork? Carving. Carpentry. You'll see it when you come over. You wouldn't believe that they had made them themselves, and Kirsty had made a wall back. And what was the other bronze? A bronze, something else that was bronze. And a line of cut, and she's in the middle of making a rug. So they seem to be getting ready to open their own wee craft shop somewhere. Bye.
Well, I think we're all running out. Hold on, I was going to say we're all running out of things to say, but Kirsty has jumped up and said, me, so I'll pass them over again.
I also made a foot and needlework and a cushion. I made a few other things. I made some finger pots for, I've said that. I made 4 finger puppets for Kenneth. I don't know where they are now. I must have left them at school after all that. So, Ken didn't get anything from me. Instead, as he said, he's got a pot of jam from Kevin.
Poor Kenneth, isn't it? Poor Kenneth. Yeah, here's Kenneth again. Please.
What was I going to say again?
Oh, Kenneth is going to say something when he remembers. Come on, Kenneth. You're going to say cheerio to Grandma.
Bye, Grandma.
Yeah.
You can bet the minute we've all just
Sweet.
said our goodbyes to your mum, he'll remember what he was going to say. You know, Kenneth. You know.
Well,
What
Mum,
was it?
I think we're just about had it here, and what do we? Hold on! Oh, here's Kirsty again, jumping up and down.
Kevin! And I'm looking forward to seeing you on the last week of our holidays. Just a little bit. And I'm sure everybody else is too.
Well, Mum, I hope you're still fighting fit and not working too hard in the garden or in the house. We're looking forward to seeing you in September. I'm sure you'll hear from Magic of Poland in the near future.
Oh, I've just been passed over to me, Mum. Hope everything is going well. We'll see you soon. And like my son, I had something in my mind I was going to say to you, and I can't remember what it was now. Help. What do you do when these tapes are still running on and it's suddenly gone out your head?
Well, Mum, I think I'll take the initiative and say cheerio, and yeah, everybody wants to say goodbye, including Jean. So here we are. 1, 2, 3.
Goodbye, Grandma. P.S. I'm looking forward to seeing you when you come here.
Goodbye,
for your
Grandma.
holidays. I'm passing over to Mummy now.
Bye, Grandma.
I'll say bye-bye for her then. Bye-bye.
Lady.
And just Kirsten's bye-bye, and I'm too looking forward to it, as I said before. Have a nice flight out. Yeah.
Bye, Mum. See you soon.
Yeah, bye, Mum. You don't need to reply immediately, as long as we have the return tape within a week.
As long as it's within a week. I don't want it after I come home and you come out and say, how do you work this tape recorder and will you help me fill the tape? But we're all thinking of you anyway, Mum. Okay?
Okay.
See you soon, Mum.
Right. Bye, Mum.
Bye-bye, Mum.
Bye.